Hi there, and welcome to my video. Today I'm going to show you some cool new products I received from Grafix to use. This is the Mixed Media Journal, and this is a really cool adhesive-backed film you can use in inkjet, and this is a matte stencil film. So I'm going to show you how to use all of those. And if you want to follow along and create your own project, these are the supplies that you'll need. You probably have most of them in your stash already. So I'm going to start with just kind of figuring out some of the focal points I want to use in my project. And I'm going to use the matte adhesive film for the inkjet printer. And I have to say, it's a very clever paper. I've never used a product like this before because essentially you're making a big sticker with whatever papers you choose. So I'm just attaching all these collage papers to a regular piece of copy paper, and then I'm going to scan it into my computer. So I'm just using my basic V600 Epson scanner, and I'm using the software that it came with. And I'm just scanning it in so I can get an actual image of it. And then I put the paper into my inkjet printer and I print it out. It's a pretty simple process. You could see the image right there, and then I print it out. So here it is on the paper, and it actually came out much more vibrant than I thought. So what I'm going to do is use that one kind of flower as my focal point. And right now I'm going to show you a little of the Mixed Media Journal. This is kind of cool. It came with all different pages that you could use. The one that I'm using is called the Opaque White Durabrite. It's a really interesting paper. It's a little heavier than 90 pounds, I would say. It's probably closer to 100 or 120 pounds, and has these holes already in there so that you can just slide it right into your journal. And I'm just kind of starting with all my collage papers to get the project going. This is how I often start my projects because I find that it's an easy way for me to get started without getting too obsessive about what I'm doing or how it's going to look. It just gets me into a mode of play and not really thinking too hard about what I'm actually going to produce. So I'm just arranging them in a way, and I'm going to use this satin medium to put down. I often use medium, but you could use a glue stick, you could use whatever you're comfortable with. And I apply it with a paintbrush. So I'm just putting them down in a way that kind of feels comfortable. I often find that I'll put papers down, and then when I actually tack them down, they often change the placement. So that's okay too. It's just kind of all a part of the process of playing and being in the moment and enjoying what I'm doing. So these papers, some of them are from my collage papers book that I created, and some of them are just collage papers that I bought. And I'm just putting them down real quickly, not thinking too much about what I'm doing. The next thing I do in my process is put down a little paint, and then I'm also going to be using the matte stencil paper. And I'm going to show you how to use that, the matte stencil film. So this is a really great versatile product to use because you can use it as a stencil. It's very flexible and it's very easy to use. You can just cut it with either an X-Acto knife or scissors. So it makes it very accessible for most artists, especially beginner ones, to use. And it doesn't have a real steep learning curve. So I'm just using this fodder that I made to trace onto the film, and then I'm going to cut it out and make a stencil of it. I just like the shape. I did try to use an X-Acto knife, but my blade is very dull, so it didn't go through. So I'm just using a basic scissor and cutting around. It's a tough material, but it's also very pliable, so it's kind of the best of both worlds. So there I have my shape, and I'm going to just put it kind of in the background of my first layer. A very subtle color I'm using is called parchment, and I'm just using a dabber to put the shape down. Nothing real technical, and just slowly pull it up so it doesn't bleed. I didn't really want like a big, obnoxious shape. I wanted something that would kind of blend with the other colors of the papers that were already down. So there you go. And then I'm just using a Posca paint pen to outline it to bring it out a little more so you can kind of see it subtly. So now I'm going to add another layer of paint in a different area. I do like to highlight different shapes and different colors that will complement the papers. So I find one of the easier ways to start is just with a little bit of a defining border. And I'm just adding some drips and letting them do what they do. And then I wanted to add some other shapes using the film as a stencil again. And I just used a basic hole puncher. You can use any kind of punches that you may have, like craft punches. I know a lot of people have like circles and different shapes, and they will easily punch through this film, and you can make your own kind of stencils. Now I'm using the Naples yellow red and just adding a little color to the background and some other shapes. And again, I don't really have an idea when I start. I just kind of have fun as I'm doing it and see what kind of pops out to me. So I do love the complementary colors of the blue and the peach. And now I'm just adding in another layer. This is a deli paper jelly print. Say that 10 times fast. And I'm just putting it down with some satin medium, like everything else. Now I'm going to cut out my focal point. And this is just kind of like a big sticker. That's what it feels like when I'm cutting it out. And I wanted to use this kind of poofy flower weed looking thing. And I'm just fussy cutting around it. It's very easy to cut, normal scissors. And here you can kind of see it up close. I was very impressed with the colors. I felt like the colors were better than the original. And it just kind of goes down as a regular sticker. I can find a million ways that I'm going to use this paper. And then I saw this in the corner, and I've been kind of thinking about a word of the year for myself, or just a word to think about. And I saw notice right there. So I figured that was a great little kind of reminder to put in the corner. These are some more jelly prints I have on deli paper. And I'm just kind of following my flow of using a lot of bubble looking items. And then I saw these kind of leafy prints, so I was like, hey, I'm going to add that to the bottom. Just kind of continue the flower to the bottom of the piece. It felt a little more cohesive to me. Just using the matte medium, the satin medium. And I also wanted to cover that corner a little bit so that that piece of the adhesive film didn't just sit on top. I think one of my favorite parts of doing this is trying hard not to think so hard about it. Because I think that if we get lost in our art in a way that is more expressive than demanding of what we think it should be, it always comes out a little more satisfying and more what we were looking for to begin with, which to me is always expression and connection. I love when people connect with my art. So right here, I'm using a micron pen just to kind of outline my focal point. Just kind of draw the eye a little more to it. And then one of my favorite things to do is at the end to just add in some more accents with pens or markers or whatever calls to me. And I often use Posca paint pens because I feel like they're so versatile and real easy to use. This is a Uni Signo pen. It's a gold color, and I'm just adding some accents to it. They have some other really nice colors, silver and white, that I use a lot of. Just kind of doing some last minute doodles to bring the whole thing together. And here it is, the final view. You could see everything kind of coming out from behind. And the paper is really nice. It held up nicely with all the different mixed media. And you can see it in the journal right here. And I actually tacked it onto one of the cardboard pieces so it would serve as my cover, which I thought was kind of clever. So thank you so much for following along today. I hope you enjoyed watching me use these pretty awesome products, and I hope to see you again next time.